My name's Clint Chamberlain, formerly a sergeant in the United States military with the 75th Ranger Regiment, serving with the 2nd Ranger Battalion for 5 years and 6 months of my career. I think I've been knocked unconscious maybe 3 times in my entire life. I was never diagnosed with a concussion. I was checked by the medic, of course, out there doing our training exercise. If you picture your brain and your brainstem is a flower, right, and you shake that thing, it's very fragile inside that skull. I don't care how much padding you put on it, it doesn't protect your brain. It just protects the skull, your carrier. It's an accumulative effect. So whether it's rattling your head one day and then you get a week off or another week off, and you go out doing your job and you're knocking on doors, blowing them in. I mean, we all know that you get 6 feet standoff from some of those breaches, and, you know, that's all you have to work with, but it's necessary. It's necessary to get that job done. It's necessary to have that violence of action and get in that room as safely as possible so you can do your job.
Roger that.
You know, and they're suffering major life-altering effects. For instance, you know, you can't put a plan together. You can't make your life come together no matter how hard you try. Your spouses start noticing the difference usually first, because you can burst into a rage in an instant over something that normally would have never affected you, but all of a sudden you're ready to rip the walls off. These are all things I've lived with, man. It completely dismantled my life. Look at our suicide rates alone. It's just disgusting that this is been put off and blocked by the FDA and special interests out there trying to keep pharmaceuticals pumping through our vets, and it's stealing them from their families. It's stealing their life away from them, making them shadows of their former selves. And I speak from experience. My first experience with the VA was of course, after ATS from the military. I was having problems in my relationship and holding my life together. I couldn't even formulate a plan before I got out of the military. I couldn't pick a hole and stick to it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I didn't have a career path. I couldn't even think about what my next goal was going to be, or even have a dream of accomplishing anything greater. And I couldn't figure out why. I couldn't figure out why I hated myself so much, why I had such self-loathing, and started to develop these very suicidal thoughts, even if everything could have been perfect as can be, and I would still just want to step in front of a bus, man.
And especially guys that were in the Spec Ops community. I mean, we were basically the pinnacle of success in the U.S. military. I mean, we took it all the way. So why would we go from being the best at something to wanting to end our lives, or not knowing what the next step is?
You know, myself included, when we get out of the military, you think, you know, while I was in the military, I was successful at this, and this, and I did this, and this. And that's what I was capable of, and now we're out of the military, and all of a sudden, what's left?
I couldn't see the things that other people see in me and would comment on, whether it was my ability to fix things or my ability to communicate with them. I didn't really see myself as any type of valued asset, and I started formulating a plan to take my own life. Through what I know and my abilities to craft and design things, I came up with a pretty awful plan, and I won't share that part of it because I don't want anybody else out there getting any stupid ideas, because it's not worth it, and they are... Every person out there in that deep, dark hole right now is worth the effort to try and get them the help they need. And it's hard for me to say that out loud, but I'm here to bare my soul, man. I'm not pulling any punches. I got nothing to hide, and I don't care anymore. It's time to get this message out there and save some more lives. So an old Ranger buddy of mine, so I just threw a message out there, and I plainly said, "I love you, brother." And that was it. And next thing I know, I'm getting a flood of text messages and phone calls from all sorts of old former coworkers and guys I haven't even met, and show up at my front door after driving 4 hours through a blizzard, and with a plane ticket for me to come down to Phoenix, Arizona. I'm over here in Tucson, Arizona at North Star Hyperbaric and Neurology, working with Dr. Carol Hendricks. She's an amazing person. She's going to be a lifelong friend forever. Nice. She definitely one of my best friends. She's, along with a lot of other people out there, saved my life. They got me into that chamber as soon as they could, and within 10 days, I noticed a massive difference in my disposition and my ability to function and think and maintain a positive attitude. Really kind of unbelievable and surreal at this point, because I'm 50 treatments into the hyperbarics, and I feel like my old self again before any of those experiences. Like I said, more so than I have in a decade.
That's what's up.
It's just amazing. It took a lot of people to get me here, and I have an overwhelming amount of gratitude, and all I really want to do is say thank you. And I love all of you, and I just want to pay this forward to show my gratitude.